Alright, so this is a normal Armored Warfare video I put up. I'm actually testing alternative control methods. Like, I've been using mouse and a Razer Tartarus keypad, which has been working pretty well. But wanted to test something else. I wanted to test a controller. Just to see. I haven't seen anyone talk about this. I mean, seen some threads about adding controller support, but nobody really testing. Now the game sort of recognizes the controller. The only thing you can really do is just move around the cursor and the joystick naturally. Now I have this. This is the natural movement in game. This is what I have using Joy to key. It's a lot faster than this. So I'm using Joy to key because it's free, and I didn't feel like paying for Pinnacle, which I was using in the last time I did these tests. But now they say you have to pay, so I'm like, no. Alright, so here's the controls I have set up. Obviously, left joystick, I mean, you're seeing it right now, but left joystick I have set to movement. Yeah. Then right joystick is set to mouse controls. Pressing left joystick will zoom out. That with in conjunction, left trigger zoomed all the way in. Pressing the joystick looks all the way out. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. I have the other joystick, the one I'm using for mouse controls. You press it and it reloads. Does the reload? Yeah. Cause why not? Then left trigger I have set to mouse. Right trigger I have set to mouse left button. So right is set to left, which yeah is natural. The D-pad is set to 1, 2, 3, 4. The A, B, X, Y buttons on this controller are set to, what are they set to? Crap. Oh, 6, 7, 8, and A is set to 6, X is set to 7, B is set to 8, Y is actually set to Z, which is the command menu. So, yeah, and the bumper buttons, left and right bumper, are set to, left bumper is set to E for designated target, and then right bumper is set to, it should be set to right click, even though I'm going to disable that actually, because I don't really need it, I don't think, at least not right now. And I'm actually going to reset that to, what's some controls? Game. Controls. I should probably have this set up. Reload, designate target, mouse name, change view, I already have that. Cruise control for, I'm actually going to set the brake, so, which is spacebar. There. So that way I can drive and hit the brake, 2 fingers. Alright. As we look at the M683. Now the controller I'm using, it's not the best controller. It's a PowerA Spectra Lumina controller, which it just lights up. There's nothing special to it. I mean, it's a different shape than the Xbox One controller. It is slightly cheaperly made. Not that, like, it's not like you can pick it up and it will fall apart, but here's the sound of the Xbox One's click. You hear that? Now listen to this. Don't know if you could hear that. I'll have to recheck on the audio, but the buttons on this are very clicky. The joysticks are a little looser. Oh, sorry about the dog. If he barks again, I'm going to mute my mic for a little bit. But yeah, since I'm going to test this in a PvE game, then we're going to test it in a PvP game, both with the M60A3. Let's see, why not? Medium. Let's do medium. Skip this. Now, before you go off and, well, complain about why would you ever use a controller? Mouse, blah, blah, mouse, and blouse, and flouse. Well, look, the reason I want to test the controller is because, like I said, I'm not using a keyboard. It's not the mouse part that I have problems with. It's the keyboard part in that my left hand's kind of messed up. I can't move my fingers all that well. And I can move them, just not really fast, well enough to do anything. Like, my pinky doesn't go straight. It only go up and down. Sort of with my pointer finger also. Well, not pointer finger, ring finger, and which is kind of not really broken. It's not broken, but it's kind of deformed. Not deformed. It curves inward slightly, which makes it really hard to press buttons that are right below it. Whenever, but yeah, well, yeah, like I said, it's probably mostly for see if this works, in case of other people who might not have a left hand at all to use a keyboard. They make one-handed controllers. Have you ever searched one-handed Xbox One controller? Which they put the like it's an Xbox One controller where they put the joystick down on like the left grip side, so you can move that on your knee, and you can play entirely with one hand. Yeah. I mean, in a game, you should be able to use whatever type of control you want. If I wanted to play this game with a Dance Dance Revolution pad and a Guitar Hero guitar, using the Dance Dance Revolution pad for movement, and strumming the guitar to fire, I should be able to. Alright. Well, let's try to get into a game. Okay. I forgot to tell you, I have select link to smoke grenades, and start is just link to escape. I don't have the Xbox button linked to anything, because the middle Xbox button, because that will open up Steam Big Picture. So, yeah, pressing that in the middle of the battle probably isn't very good. Let's see how this does. Now, I haven't set anything special, like there's no control, like on Pinnacle, I think you can, or not Pinnacle, Joy to Key, I think you can set up acceleration, so. Alright. Yeah, that works fine. Just pressing these. I haven't adjusted the in-game sensitivity, so it's still on what my mouse uses.
That's the enemy base. They started the genocide from here, and it's time to stop them. Incoming! Damn it! Don't lose the base.
Which I probably should change, because one thing I noticed is that because the aim goes off of the reticle, kinda makes it a little hard to aim. Especially since you can get so far off the reticle, I mean. So that's a little tough to aim. Oh, I should also mention I am using on the analog sticks, I have grippets to give better control of the sticks. Yeah, I definitely need to change the vertical is way too much. It's really sensitive, and as you saw, I'm like going up and down too easily. Ow. Artillery. Let's see. Zoom in, zoom in. Oop, zoom out. Yeah, he's aiming at me. I thought he was aiming at the leopard. Huh. Well, that actually works surprisingly well. Even though I would like to cancel out. Oops. I'll say thank you. A little bit too sensitive. And I'm pretty good with making controllers work very accurately. Especially with these grippets on. I know a lot of people are probably gonna scoff at me saying joystick inaccurate. But go watch my Battlefield video. I do fairly accurate in that, and I have aim assist turned off. Well, actually, no. There's two aim assists in Battlefield. One aim assist snaps you to your target, which is the one I don't like using, because it's like cheating, in a way. The other slows down your sensitivity whenever you are aiming at a guy. Which is perfectly fine, because that's what you do with a mouse, right? You're slowing down your sensitivity, your hand, basically. I don't usually play PvE, so, but speaking of that, okay, how the controller, how in Battlefield slows it down. I used to have this old controller. It was from Mad Catz. They make fairly decent controllers, or they used to.
Well done, Black Company.
I used to, and it was Mad Catz MW2 controller. It was one of the best controllers I ever had, because it had extra buttons on the bottom, so you can do stuff quickly. And well, the one thing it had, you'll see some Xbox 360 controllers with this. Some like Pro Circuit ones, like that Mad Catz one I had. What it would do is it had this extra feature in it that whenever you were aiming at a guy in a game, it would basically not have your sensitivity. It would seriously reduce the sensitivity whenever you were aiming at a guy, and it was really cool because I think it worked for a lot of games. Like it was I don't know. I'll have to look into the controller a bit more. But it made just playing a lot easier. That makes sense, and it probably was cheating in a way, but a lot of special 360 controllers did that. I think almost every company did that except for Razer. I'm not sure. Razer had all these other gimmicks with their controllers that just end up failing, like the Onza. Oh god, what a terrible controller. I watched people where their joystick would just fall apart because they had these it was a neat idea that Razer did, but where you could adjust the if you wanted a joystick that was like real tough or real smooth or like real easy to move. Which, it was a neat idea, but it never worked. It just made their joysticks crap. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. If you go look on Amazon, there's so many gimmick 360 controllers, and you're probably gonna get those with Xbox One as well. I mean, oh, Razer has since made much better controllers. Like the Sabertooth isn't that bad, and they recently came out with their $150 Wildcat, which competitor to the Xbox Elite controller. Don't know why you'd go with the Wildcat over the Xbox Elite one. Comes with less features for the same price. It does have a different trigger setup. Like it has the paddles on the bottom, but it also has like extra buttons. But it has basically extra bumpers. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at my room, and that's why I'm crashing into stuff. What else? Ow. Oop. Some other interesting controllers are PDP. PDP makes some pretty interesting ones. I mean, then there's Scuff. Scuffs are the esports MLG type controllers. And Power A, I don't know. They make the one I'm using right now. It's fine. It's a fine controller. Nothing to brag about. Yeah, it lights up. It has special light up combinations. That's it. And it's a bit wider, and the grips are a bit longer. The side grips. Wow. Who? I have to say, there's way too many zoom in and zoom out. Because, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10! That's a lot of clicking. Puts a lot of wear on anything. At least it's not a hold the sprint. Huh. Oh, we won.
Good work. Your
I don't think I did too good. I wasn't really paying attention.
step in driving out the
But,
FAA extremists.
yeah, it wasn't that bad. I can definitely see a problem with vehicles with much faster turning turrets. And I do need to adjust the up-down sensitivity for the aiming. So, to get this to work a little bit better. I mean, it's never gonna work perfectly, but you know, without in-game stuff changing. See, I did pretty crap. Oh no, I didn't do the worst. Did more than that BMD. Alright, now I'm gonna change the settings. Hold on. Alright, so I reduced the up down to 45. So you have so it has a much faster left right compared to a slower up and down. Because left right's more important than up and down, I feel. It also makes circle or ovals a lot easier. Should we try? Should I try PV? Actually, let's take the expeditionary tank into PvE. Let's go with the medium thing again. Now, since the game doesn't have throttle controls, obviously it's never, it's, what am I trying to say? The driving's not perfect. I mean, it feels a lot better than using WASD, or even what I was using, which was the kind of the thumbstick that's on the Razer Tartars, which is more like if you just put a circle on top of a D-pad. Imagine trying to, it's like driving with a D-pad. Which, yeah, it can work, but, yeah, it's no joystick where you can do a throttle, like, you can move it up 30%, 40, 50, 100, you know. Which would be, imagine that, with that controlling a VBL, or a Fox, like, vroom, vroom, like revving the engine. That'd be cool. Still too many clicks. I don't know, you're probably hearing that. This controller is very loud in terms of its clickiness. It does squeak a bit when you grip it too tight. It's because it's screwed together, not like the regular Microsoft Xbox One controller, which is kind of like jointed or fitted together.
The PLM is determined to capture this. It's a strategic location that is essential for travel
Yeah,
to this region.
going off the aim circle, it's definitely a bit of a problem. I think I'm gonna put a list of, driving it, I mean, fairly easily. It doesn't react as fast as I like it to, but
That's how they advance.
as I'm moving my,
Black company.
that's weird. Oh yeah, much slower up and down. It's much better. I think the left and right's a bit too fast now. Hello. Driving, a little bit easier. Yeah, I'd say it's a lot easier to drive around. Even though it's a bit slow, like left, and it takes like a second for the game to realize it. Like if... Yeah, again, because there's no, like, it's not a throttle, it's just a straight left or straight right. Um,
Incoming Arctic! Incoming! Incoming!
Artie does not like me. Missed. Left and right's a bit too sensitive now.
Incoming! Incoming!
Too many zooms out. It needs to be like, zoom, press 1, fully zoomed. That was not a smart move, shooting his gun mantlet.
Incoming Arctic!
You have to double tap the D-pad in order to get the switch. Don't really like that. I'd like a nice quick switch ammo. Especially since I have to take my thumb off. You know, I can't drive while doing it.
At the helipad. We must let them land their first here.
Probably not the best idea to be firing Hesh at the Challenger 1, but
Hostile tank!
just a test. Aw. Well, yeah, that was that. Oh, where's our chieftain? He's over there. Fighting that Challenger. Oh well. I'm not really caring, so... This is just a test to see if a different control scheme works. Now I do need to adjust the left to right. 45 felt about right for up and down. Now I'm not sure about left and right. I'm thinking maybe around 64%. Alright, since the game is taking forever to log in, I've adjusted everything. The left and right is 65, the up and down is at 45. The in-game sensitivity is still at 1. Or whatever this means. Don't ask why I have everything at don't ask why I have movement to arrow keys and not WASD. Just reasons. What's next? What should I test? Oh, let's try a vehicle with a fairly fast turret traverse. Terminator has a fairly fast turret. Oh, we gotta do PvE again, where it doesn't really matter. Nope, yeah, that was a defeat. Good to know. Let's skip this. Alright, let's see how Terminator works with this. Probably not gonna work too well. First two is... M60A3 I felt worked pretty well because the turret was slow turning. Expeditionary tank was mixed, mainly because I didn't have the insensitivity right. So let's see how the Terminator works. Probably should test something with like a really fast turret traverse, or no turret like the swing fire.
Reloading! You're finally here, Black Knight. The BLM took over the castle in a surprise attack. And now they're after the civilians in the city. Our forces are organizing a counterstrike. But we need you to hold them at bay.
Yes. See how...
If you're interested in picking up some extra cash, take out those signal jammers.
That doesn't feel too bad. Problem is, like, I wish he would stop talking. But problem is I'm having is like I would want this third-person view to be pretty fast, but the first-person view to be much slower. And I'm lagging a bit. Lagging a lot looking through these bushes, actually.
Nailed them.
And press the joystick to reload. That works fine. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna have like a list of what if this would be a good alternative control scheme. Actually, Terminator feels pretty good with this thing. I mean, since you can adjust your shot much better. Yeah. It might just be a Terminator. Yeah. Reload. Press the joystick. Felt good. Oof. What else? Oh, the reason I know so much about different controllers is that I used to play somewhat competitively in Call of Duty. I was in a clan in World of War, and continued with that clan. I mean, I went to. I used to go to a tournament. I went to one tournament, and it wasn't really my thing. I mean, it's too hot in there. I get hot very easily. I also went to a Smash Bros. Tournament once. Had no idea how to play Smash Bros., but for some reason I went to that tournament. Didn't end well. Went with my cousin, who's better than me. And the funny thing about that is that first person I fought in that tournament was my cousin. So I was like, ah, well, I lost. And thing I didn't like about it wasn't the original Smash Bros. It was that one that came out for the Wii. And the thing I didn't like about that tournament is like, you had to use all original characters. You weren't like none of the unlocked characters. Yeah, you weren't allowed to use any of the unlocked characters. Well, I played a little bit. It's not like I never played Smash Bros. Before, but I liked using Snake in that tournament, and well, I couldn't use Snake, so I would have used Snake. I meant, but they said no. Oh, no unlocked characters, just regular roster or something. So didn't get to use the character I liked using, so I instead picked the character I had no idea how to play, like Bowser, against my cousin who knew how to play almost every character. Yeah, so you can imagine how that went. And we actually had 3 rematches because the first time we picked the wrong stage. You have to use I forget which stage it was. Second time, the Wii froze. Then third time, third break. So there was 4 matches, but the third problem was that the controller was messed up. And now I'm lagging. Keep getting these frame drops, which is weird. Not sure if it's because of recording, but again, or it's just this map. No, it went away. I don't know, it's just weird things. Didn't mean to reload there. There we go. So yeah, of course, if the game, like, I feel on this map, because they're all flat, everything's fairly easy to... I don't usually play PB at all. So Ian, what's with you and borders everywhere? Isn't this map seems familiar? Dead things in the way. Let's see. Let's just reload. Oh, I guess I don't need. I just reload. What am I saying? This turn. Okay. Yep. Yeah, up and down. Okay. From the last time I tested this, which was back in the... Yep, okay, all that's still linked. So, last time I tested this, the game recognized some of the buttons on the controller. Like, up on the D-pad, for some reason turns on the headlights. Left on the D-pad will put you in first-person mode. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I guess I could use that, but I'd like to use the D-pad for something else. And, for some reason, the left bumper is shoot.
Look, hang in there and Black Company. We're almost ready to strike back.
Truck.
They're heading north to the museum.
The guy back here. Eh.
Don't let them get their hands on those priceless artifacts.
There's a guy back here. Oh, and that's not destructible. Wiggle all. Wiggle, wiggle. Wow. I'm actually doing the best on this map. It's probably just because I'm playing the Terminator. But I think it's also because I'm more relaxed. Because I'm leaning back right now. Leaning back, controllers off to the side. It's gonna be a fairly long video, so probably no one's gonna watch it. Ow. What am I doing? Hello. Circle. Ran out of ammo. Gun doesn't automatically shoot after it's reloading. If I'm holding down the trigger. It's weird. Ah, eat it, artillery. I shouldn't say that. I play artillery. Ooh, that's what I should test. Artillery. That's probably not gonna go well because I don't have that one button linked. What do I use to bring up the map so I can click the different places? I haven't tested the ATGMs yet, so do I have to 3? Down? Yep, down. Actually, see how like this isn't going off the like the aim's focus, like I like that. Like it sets you to the yeah, you're in line with the barrels. That's all you need for the guns. Like I don't know why ATGMs do it, but the guns don't. Ow, ow. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, don't know what happened there. Can anyone tell me what happened to that ATGM? It kind of like phased out of reality. Drive backwards. 360 drive scope. Reload. That it? Yeah, I'm saying just like this. Alright. So that worked. That worked surprisingly well. That went perfectly. I mean, I know it was only medium, but I was in a Terminator in PvE shooting lightly armored vehicles, but still. Okay, that was 6,000 some damage, 13 kills, 3,000 spine damage, 7,000 experience, 113,000 credits with a controller. Second most damage. Oh, I did get beat by an MBT 70. Alright, so. Ooh, that's weird. Ooh. that just lagged the game doing this. And the more I do that, the more it lags the game. Look at that. Lag. How. 8, 4, 2. Yeah, it just went down to 2 FPS doing that. And that was holding the left joystick one way, which the game already, for some reason, is linked to mouse, and the right joystick the other way. Just lagged the crap out of the game. That was weird. Alright, so what am I going to say about this? Works sorta well. I haven't tried it in PvP, but probably not going to for a little bit until it's not going to be worth it at all because you saw I was struggling. Terminator, I don't think I'd struggle that bad in PvP. I mean, driving was definitely a lot easier. I'm gonna put a just a list of what improvements could be made to the game. I know that having alternative control memes isn't mean. Did I say memes? Alternative control memes there? No, okay. Alternative control means isn't that important to the game right now. You know, fixing bugs, getting maps, optimization, more tanks, filling up the gaps in the tech tree is more important. But yeah, I thought I'd just try it out, see how well this worked. If I had a Steam controller, I'd definitely try this with a Steam controller. I think I'd have to do some nonsense because Steam only works with games that are on Steam because you need to have an Steam controller is entirely too confusing to set up to be worth it. And it has a trackpad instead of a trackball. Like, Steam controller would have been perfect if they just took an Xbox 360 style controller, put a trackball where the joystick goes. Bam, perfect controller, best controller ever. But they didn't. So yeah, bye, and I'll get that list up. Alright, so I'm gonna list off some of the improvements or things that need to be added to the game for this to work. I mean, obviously, the game needs to natively support the controller without me having to use a third-party software. So let's get into what they are, what needs to be done. Where's that list I just said? Whoops, I exited out. Alright, well, I remember it. Firstly is lock the camera in first person to the rotation of the turret. By what I mean by that is with the ATGMs, basically what you did with the ATGMs, where the camera is locked to the sensitivity of the turret. You know, you can't go like the aim. Your reticle cannot go off the circle of the aim. Basically, how Battlefield does it, and how World of Tanks Xbox does it. And I believe War Thunder PS4 does that also, where it's stuck on the sensitivity of the turret. So it's like a first-person shooter in a way, you know, where you don't go off of your gun. Your gun's kind of your eyes, your eyeballs, or you get what I mean. Wherever you point, that's where the gun points. That's the first thing. In-game adjustable dead zone. That needs to be a thing. Not very many games have that, but the adjustable dead zone, because not every controller is the same. Just like not every mouse is the same. You know, there's different mouses that do different speeds. My mouse is a Logitech G500, and this is its speed. I don't have JoyToKey open, so it's like I can't show you the in comparison to like the joystick I was using on the controller. Next improvement. Next thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna say improvement. Improvement. What did I? Less camera positions. There's too many camera positions going in and out to get to the the most and least zoomed. I'm saying this just in comparison to World Tanks Xbox, which I believe is three. There in first person. There's the first person, which is the most zoomed out first person. Then there is the second first person, which is kind of a halfway point, and then there is a mostly zoomed, like the most zoomed in you can be. Same for going outwards. There should be very minor ones, because just watch some Xbox uh, World Tanks Xbox videos. You don't zoom out very far, and your zoom in is very seamless. Um, Next thing is I'm just aim assist. What I mean by aim assist is not the one that most people when you say aim assist, oh, you're thinking the somewhat aimbot kind of thing that in a lot of games. That's the lazy aim assist, I feel, and that's the one that you aim in and it kind of snaps you. Not really snaps you. In some games, it just snaps you, but it moves your aim towards the guy. No, not that aim assist. There's another aim assist, and this is in Battlefield. Battlefield has both, but the second aim assist, basically, you have your regular sensitivity, and then when you aim at a guy, it slows down your sensitivity, like which is what a lot of games do, and or some games do this, some games don't, some games do. More games need to. Um, but yeah, it's basically what you do with a mouse. You're going real fast, and then when you see a guy, you go like this. Yeah, and it's basically that. Um, Next up is. Do I have anything else with aiming? Not really. Just I think that's the only improvements you need to do is just, like I said, lock the camera to the turret rotation like you have with ATG, like it is what in games with ATGMs already, and the slower aim assist and the camera positions. All right, now for movement. Movement overall, just using the joystick to emulate basically WSD felt fine, but definitely need some throttle control, like moving the stick 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. That's in wheeled vehicles that are going 100 some miles per hour, or kph in this game, which is kph. Yeah, it's good to have a throttle control, because maybe you don't want to go full speed around that corner. Or maybe you want to, maybe you want to do it. Try to, in an area you only want to go like 30 or 40, and then all of a sudden hit the gas real fast. Basically, that's one thing that needs to be added. And WASD, a key on a keyboard is never going to be able to do that, because it's not pressed or pressed. There's no halfway point. Um, Another thing that'd be pretty cool if you added is impulse triggers. The ability to use impulse triggers. Dog, shut up. Sorry about that. Impulse trigger is where the how hard you press on the trigger determines something. It's like a throttle control. Throttle control. This works in Battlefield is that most guns only require a 40% pull, but heavier things like the RPG and shotguns require a 100% pull. I don't know what that would add to the game, but it'd be cool. Yeah, that's basically it. And besides that, the game actually, you being actually able to use a controller. Okay, gonna end that there.